lot of ways to build a strong body. And for the residents of Miami-Dade, getting your COVID-19 vaccination is an important part. Help everyone stay safe as we continue to fight the spread. And we can protect those most vulnerable around us. With easy access to vaccination locations and the growing ability for more people to be protected, it's our best shot to keep moving forward. It's our best shot for a strong, healthy community. For more information, visit miamidade.gov/vaccine.
Good morning. It's Tuesday and it's 11 a.m., which means it's time for the FIU Music Hour on WDNA 88.9 FM, where we present live weekly performances, that is, in the WDNA Jazz Gallery, and feature students, faculty, and alumni from Florida International University's Herbert and Nicole Wertheim School of Music and Performing Arts. I'm your host and FIU faculty, Dr. Russ Spiegel, and along with our executive producer, Dr. Karen Velaz, we'd like to welcome you to our show. Whether you're listening to us at home, in your car, or live on WDNA.org/FIU, we are delighted to have you with us. And today is extra special because we have a live studio audience with us today. Say hello, everyone. Hi. All right. So today we are so pleased to feature Miami native vocalist Melinda Rose and her band with Frenchy Romero on the piano, Mikhailo Kasha on bass, and Max Marcio on drums. Melinda Rose received a bachelor's in music performance from FIU and then spent 2018 to 2020 as a teaching artist at the University of Illinois Millikan University and Illinois Wesleyan University while pursuing her master's degree in performance. She has performed at legendary clubs across the country, such as Birdland in New York City, Andy's Jazz Club, which I was recently at in Chicago, and she's also the winner of the Ben Tucker Jazz Award and Johnny Mercer Award in the prestigious American Traditions Vocal Competition held annually in Savannah, Georgia. Melinda Rodriguez was a contestant on season 17 of NBC's hit singing show The Voice, where she worked closely with Kelly Clarkson. Upon re-entering a post-COVID world, Melinda was the recent People's Choice Award winner in the 2022 American Traditions Vocal Competition and debuted with the Asheville Symphony Orchestra in April 2022. She is currently a touring performer and educator in the greater Miami area. About her band, Melinda says, "We play my original compositions as well as music we really just enjoy listening to. We love to swing, and that is a huge element of our music." And Melinda is going to be performing the first two songs. Let's call the whole thing off by George Gershwin, and If It's Magic by Stevie Wonder. Melinda Rose.
Things have come to a pretty pass. Our romance is growing flat. For you like this and the other, while I go for this and that. Goodness knows what the end will be. Oh, I don't know where I'm at. It looks as if we two will never be one. Something must be done. You say either and I say either. You say neither, but I say neither. Either, either, neither, neither. Let's call the whole thing off. You like potato, but I like potato. You say tomato, but I say tomato. Potato, potato, tomato, tomato. Let's call the whole thing off. But oh, if we call the whole thing off, then we must part. And oh, if we ever part, then that might break my heart. So if you like pajamas, but I like pajamas, I'll wear pajamas and give up pajamas. For we know we need each other, so we better call the calling off. Let's call the whole thing off. You say laughter, and I say laughter. after, and I say after. Like after, girl, after, after, girl, after. Let's call the whole thing off. You like vanilla, but I like vanilla. You sarsaparilla, but I sarsaparilla. Vanilla, vanilla, chocolate, strawberry. Let's call the whole thing off. But oh, if we call the whole thing off, then we must part. And oh, if we ever part, then that might break my heart. So if I go for oysters and you order oysters, I'll get the oysters and cancel the oysters. For we know we need each other, so we better call the calling off. Let's call the whole thing off. I say father, I say mother, pater, uncle, let's call the whole thing off. I like Havana, I say banana, banana, Havana, banana, Havana, go your way, I go mine. If we call the whole thing off, then we must part. And oh, if we ever part, then that might break my heart. So if I order scallops, but you order lobster, well, alright, no contest, I order lobster. For we know we need each other, so we better call the calling off. Let's call the whole thing off. If it's magic, then why can't it be everlasting? Like the sun that always shines, like the poet's endless rhyme. like the galaxies in time. If it's pleasing, then why can't it be never leaving? Like the day that never fails, like on seashores there are shells, like the time that always tells. It holds a key to every heart throughout the universe. It fills you up without a bite and quenches every thirst. So, if it's magic, then with it, why aren't we as careful as making sure we dress in style, posing pictures with a smile, keeping danger from a child? It holds the key to every heart throughout the universe. It fills you up without a bite and quenches every thirst. So, if it's magic, why can't we like the lifetime of the sun? We will leave no heart undone, for there's enough for everyone.
That was absolutely beautiful. Melinda, as you know, you've been on the show many times before. We always like to take a little time to get to know our guests and find out a little more about them. And so I had some questions for you for today. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your background and how you came to singing?
Sure. Well, I actually came to singing, it was 5th grade, and I was in a junior production of Annie. Of course, I was Miss Hannigan. And I broke my leg weeks before the performance, and they were gonna recast me, and I said, pish posh, I'm going nowhere. And I did the play with a broken leg, walked on my cast, probably ruined my leg for the rest of my life. It was worth it, because at the final night of the showing, my principal stood up and said, you know, I don't know if you guys know this, but Miss Hannigan has been doing this whole run of shows on a broken leg. And everybody gave me a standing ovation, and the rest was history. I was like, this is the only feeling that I will chase for the rest of my life. I will be on stage. And that was it. I had to get good at singing because I could not dance, so I had to pick one.
Well, that would make sense, especially in a cast, and you were cast in a cast, by the way. Sorry, I had to go there. Thank you very much for that. So who or what were some of your biggest influences?
Well, I found music when I was just a student at Miami Arts Charter School. It's kind of when I got real serious about it. I met a friend on the train who loved music very much, and he kind of would just talk about it all the time, and I was like, I want to know this guy. So I'll go and learn about things he's talking about. And I started looking up jazz. Who is Miles Davis? Who are all these people? Who is Ella Fitzgerald? I started going to local jam sessions, kind of finding out about what's in my community, and found jazz. And then I found Nancy Wilson. And I think she is one of my greatest influences. I hope that comes through in my music. We'll do a little bit of her music later on, but probably one of my favorite artists. Just what she is able to do with the lyric and how she tells a story, it's special. And I don't think there's anybody since that has come along that tells a story quite like her. And I have to say she's probably one of my biggest influences.
Wow, fantastic. And as a singer running a band, are there any special things that come across that you might not have as an instrumentalist? Because I know you also play the bass.
Barely. But a little bit, yes. I have to say that when you're a singer up with a band, it's a little different than being anything else, because if this were Frenchie's gig and she called me and I'm the one singing, I'm still the leader. I'm still up here. People are still going to probably be looking to me. I probably would be rarely looking to her. So I think it's no matter what, you kind of have to take the place of a leader. You have to know or trust this music enough to know that everyone's going to kind of follow you, whatever you do with your body, whatever you do with your voice, because I'm mostly going to be singing the melody. And I think you have to be a very confident person to do that. And I think that's, unfortunately, you don't have to be very good, but you have to be confident, and you'll see that in life.
That's really interesting, because that's so important as a musician. And this is kind of leads into my next question anyways, for up-and-coming musicians. And we have a number of young musicians in our audience today. So one of the things I was going to say was some advice, but then I wanted to get to something more specific then, because of what you said. How do you develop this confidence?
You fake it. It's pretend. It is an act. No, I'm just kidding. But it's how it starts, a little bit. You kind of get into it knowing that these people are not going to respect me if I don't even respect myself for my own music. Why would they listen to me if I wasn't sure, you know? So even if I wasn't, I cannot let them know that. Only her. But I can't let these guys know, because then they're not going to be as confident in following me. They're going to be looking around, wondering what's going on. So I think at first it comes from kind of pretending that you know what you're doing, because it's part of the job, just like any other job. You're not going to walk into a kitchen and be like, I think I know how to cook, right?
Fake it till you make it, right?
Exactly. But eventually you start to trust yourself enough, and I live this music. I sing this music every day. I teach this music every day. It's my music. So I think you just get to a place where, especially when it's music that you've written or that you've played a lot, you believe in, and they're going to believe in it with you.
That's some very valuable advice. And how can people follow you on Instagram, social media in general?
Sure, you can find my website. It's melindarosemusic.com. Or you can find my Instagram. It's at Melinda with 2 A's, Rose on Instagram. And you can also find all of them on my page. I tag them whether they like it or not. So they're there. And that's really all I use. So.
All right. And I think we're going to hear another song from you. What are we going to hear?
We are going to hear an original song called I'm on My Way that I wrote when I was just a wee lad, when I was very far from somebody that I loved very much. I'm on my way to you, through the light you used to light the room, through the songs you used to fight the gloom. I'm on my way to you, in everything you see. There will always be a part of me, today and every day, eternally. You see, so I try and find a love that's clearly meant to be, even though I can't hold you in my arms. No other person gives me songs to sing the way you put music in my heart. And with each passing day, I'll love you even when you're far away. 'cause I know our love is here to stay. I'm on my way to you. I'm on my way to you. Through the light you used to light the room, through the songs you used to fight the gloom. I'm on my way to you. In everything you see. Oh, there will always be a part of me today and every day eternally in everything you see. So I try and find a love that's clearly meant to be, even though I can't hold you in my arms. No other person gives me songs to sing the way you put music in my arms. And with each passing day, I love you even though you're far away. 'Cause I know our love is here to stay. I'm on my way to you. passing day. I'll love you even when you're far away. 'Cause I know our love is here to stay. I'm on my way to you.
We're listening to a live performance in the WDNA Jazz Gallery of Melinda Rose and Band here on the FIU Music Hour on WDNA 88.9 FM. Please stick around. We'll be right back after these messages. this week, Florida International University's Herbert and Nicole Wertheim School of Music of Performing Arts presents the following concerts. On Saturday, October 15th, the FIU Concert Choir and University Singers at 7:30 p.m. in the Wertheim Concert Hall. The FIU Concert Choir and University Singers presents the music and the premiere of Give Me a Song by David Sisko, along with a varied repertoire of music by Barrett, Bermudez, Demore, Ginsberg, Giello, Hagenberg, Haydn, Pinto Fonseca, Rahman, Sperry, Thomas, and Torrejon y Velasco. The FIU Concert Choir, led by Director of Choral Activities Dr. Aaron Millard, is Florida International University's premier choral ensemble, and they performed several times throughout the year, including choral concerts and collaborations with other instrumental ensembles and music festivals spanning small choral octavos to large choral orchestral works. The FIU University Singers, directed by Dr. Alicia Romero Sardinas, is a large choral ensemble that performs a wide variety of music with membership that is open to all FIU students, faculty, and staff, as well as members of the greater Miami community. On Sunday, October 16th at 4 p.m. in the Wertheim Concert Hall, emerging artist recital James Keeley, organ. A prize-winning young organist, James Keeley is the full-time Associate Director of Music and organist at Third Presbyterian Church in Rochester, New York. In this capacity, James accompanies the Chancel Choir and directs the Third Church choristers. Alongside this position, James is a candidate for the Doctor of Musical Arts degree at the Eastman School of Music in Rochester, New York. A native of Great Britain, James came to the USA, having previously held positions at notable English cathedrals. He received his undergraduate degree from Royal Holloway University of London and worked as senior organ scholar to the chapel choir there in their series of live broadcasts, international tours, CD recordings, weekly services, and concerts. For this or for these, actually, and many more exciting events, you can find information at fiu.universitytickets.com. And now, back to our show with Melinda Rose.
Why would a fella want a girl like her? A girl who's merely lovely. Why can't a fella ever once prefer a solid girl like me? She's a frothy little bubble with a flimsy kind of charm, and with very little trouble I could break her little arm. Fella want a girl like her, a girl who's merely lovely. Why can't a fella ever once prefer a girl who's merely me? Her cheeks are a pretty shade of pink, but not any pinker than roses. Her skin may be delicate and soft, but not any softer than a dozy's. Her neck is no longer than a swan's. She's only as dainty as a daisy. She's only as graceful as a bird. So why is a fella going crazy? Oh, why would a fella want a girl like her? A girl who's so unusual. Why can't a fella ever once prefer a usual girl like me? She's a frothy little bubble with a frilly sort of air, and with very little trouble I could pull out all her hair. Oh, why would a fella want a girl like her? A girl who's merely lovely. Why a fella ever once prefer a usual girl like me? What's the matter with the man? What's the matter with the man? What's the matter with the man? Yeah. Come out. I'm as mild and as meek as a mouse. When I hear a command, I obey. but I know of a spot in my house where no one can stand in my way. In my own little corner, in my own little chair, I can be whatever I want to be. On the wing of my fancy, I can fly anywhere, and the world will open her arms to me. I'm a Puerto Rican princess or milkmaid. I'm the greatest prima donna in Milan. I'm an heiress who has always had her silk made by her own flock of silkworms in Japan. I'm a girl, men go mad for, love's a game I can't play with a cool and confident kind of air. Just as long as I stay in my own little corner, in my own little chair. dangerous type of sport, and yet it's fun. In the night I sally forth to seek my quarry, and I find I forgot to bring my gun. I am lost in the jungle, all alone and unarmed, when I meet a lioness in her lair. Now I'm glad to be back in my own little corner, alone in my own little chair. Thank you. We're going to continue on with this Rodgers and Hammerstein theme, but before then, I would like to invite a special guest of. You guys are going to hear a little bit from one of my students, Martina Travieso, and she was so fortunate to be the WGNA Scholarship winner this summer, and attended a Litchfield Jazz Camp, and she's just so amazing. I thought she had to sing for you all, so enjoy.
Didn't know what time it was, then I met you. Oh, what a lovely time it was, how sublime it was too. I didn't know what day it was, you held my hand. Warm like the month of May it was, and I'll say it was grand, grand. To be alive, to be young, to be mad, to be yours alone. to see your face, feel your touch, hear your voice. I'm all yours. I didn't know what year it was. Life was no prize. I wanted love, and there it was, shining out of your eyes. I'm wise, and I know what time it is now. To be alive, to be young, to be mad, to be yours alone. Ba, 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 ba. To see your face, feel your touch, hear your voice. I'm all yours. I didn't know what year it was. Life was no prize. I wanted love, and there it was, shining out of your eyes. I'm wise, and I know what time. I'm wise, and I know what time. I'm wise, and I know what time it is now.
Isn't she something? This next one is going to be a ballad of ours we started playing some time ago and just kind of became a part of us. You can have him, I don't want him. He's not worth fighting for. Besides, there are plenty more where he came from. You can have him, I don't want him. I'm giving him the sack, and he can go right back where he came from. I could never make him happy. He'd be better off with you. I'm afraid I never loved him. All I ever wanted to do was run my fingers through his curly locks. I'd even bend his underwear and on his socks, fetch his slippers and remove his shoes, wipe his glasses when he's read the news, rub his forehead with a gentle touch. Mornings after, when he's had a little too much, kiss him gently when he cuddles near, and give him babies, one for every year. So you see, you can have him. I don't want him. I don't want him. You can have him, for he's not. No, he's not the man for me. I would look a trifle silly taking him away from you. That was never my intention. All I ever wanted to do was And then I'd raid the icebox where the food is kept. Cook a breakfast that would please him most. Bacon, eggs, and coffee. And he was fond of avocado on toast. Wake him gently with a breakfast tray. After breakfast, I'd clear the things away. Bring the papers, and when they've been read, we'd spend the balance of the day in bed. So you see, you can have him, I don't want him. If you can get him, you can have him. For he's not, no, he's not the man for me. Hide your heart from sight, lock your dreams at night. It could happen to you. Don't count stars, are you my sleeping? Someone drops us high, and down you tumble, keep but I'm free from a church bells ringing. Cause it could happen to you. I know, cause it happened to me too. All I did was wonder how your arms would be aimed. And it could happen to me. Hide your heart from sight, like those dreams at night. It could happen to you. Don't you count the stars, or you might get stumble. Someone got dropped, so got high, and down you tumble. Keep an eye on spring. Run, well, get church bells ringing, cause it could happen to you. Oh, I know it's true. All I did was wonder how your drumming would be. And it happened to shoot. We are Cause it could happen to you. I know it's so good. Don't you look at the stars, go go you, my God, so go go go. Someone drives his eye, and down you tumble key. And I'll break day in front when church bells ring. Cause it could happen to you. Yes, it no, it's true. Oh, yes, I do. All I did was wonder how your arms round me would be. And it happened. Oh, yes, it happened. And it happened to me.
You've been listening to Melinda Rose and her band with Frenchy Romero on the piano, Mikhailo Kasha on the bass, Max Marcillo on the drums, on the FIU Music Hour on WDNA 88.9 FM. I've been your faculty host, Dr. Russ Spiegel, and along with our executive producer, Dr. Karen Velas, I'd like to thank our crew of FIU graduate students, Samantha, Josephine, V, Jerry, Rudy, Gabriel, and Christian, WDNA's sound and tech wizard, Alex Aldrich, and of course, the staff of WDNA 88.9 FM for today's broadcast. If you would like more information on all our programs, make sure to call 305-348-2896, or you can like our Facebook and or Instagram page to stay up to date with all our upcoming performances. Thank you so much for joining us, and make sure to join the FIU Music Hour for more great music every Tuesday, 11 a.m. to noon. Thanks again to our guests, and especially Melinda. And what song would you like to close us out with?
We're going to close out with a Jewel Stein tune called Sunday.
Fantastic.
Say I sigh every Monday, thinking about Sunday, that one day when I'm with you. And I sigh all day Tuesday, I cry all day Wednesday. Oh my, how I long for you. And then comes Thursday. Gee, it's long, it never, ever, ever goes by. Friday makes me feel like I'm gonna die. But after payday, that's my fun day. 'Cause holiday Sunday, that's a day when I'm with you. That's the day when I'm shouldn't do ya da and shoo ba doo. Shouldn't do ya da and shoo ba doo. Shouldn't do ya do and shoo ba do ba o ba doo be dee na shoo ba doo boo. Be doo dim bim 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 o ba doo be shoo ba doo boo. Shaba, bada, bada, media. Oh, bada, 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 shada, borea, shada, do, do, bea, borea, shada, do, do, didn't I, didn't I, didn't I, didn't I, didn't I. Shadow-dee, shadow-da, ba-oo-wee, do-de-do-de-da-da-da. Sham, see-dee, shada-da-da-ba-da-da-sa-o-o-ba-sweet-dee. Shab, sham-do, shabba-da-da-da, see-dee, shada-da-da-da-da-da-da, shibba-da-da-da, sa-da-da-da-do-da-da-da-do-da-do. But then comes Thursday. Gee, it's long. It never ever goes by. Friday, it makes me feel like I'm gonna die. But after payday, you better believe it's my fun day, 'cause I am up all day Sunday. That's the day. I'm gonna tell you that's the day. I'm talking about Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but Sunday, that's the day when I'm over nobody else but you. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. Thank you.